Hey girl, it's Coach B. Wiley. So I wanted to talk to you about, well, let me just give you a background. So I was listening to this morning show and they're all about To Catch a Cheater. And this woman has been married to this guy for 12 years. And every few days she'll walk by him and she'll get a whiff of perfume. And she's just like, what is this? It ain't nothing I wear. What is this? Just every few days. Plus he's been working late. Plus he's been going to the gym like extra long. Long story short, she found out he indeed is sleeping with his coworker, who is also married too. So that's a whole nother thing. My problem with her is she said when they asked her before they put the three-way on the phone and busted them, they asked her, the hosts were like, why don't you just ask them about the smell of perfume that you smell every few days? She then says, I'm not a confrontational person. My whole head blew off because I hear that so much. It gets right underneath my skin. And I don't understand, and I will never understand how people can date each other, be in a relationship with each other, be married to each other, and they see inquiring as confrontating, as being confrontational. They see inquiring as confronting. And another thing I don't understand is people who see addressing something as confronting. Inquiring and addressing are healthy ways of communication. Y'all already know. If you don't know, I'm going to tell you again. Confronting. Let me tell you what confronting is. When you have an issue with the person that you're dating and you walk up there, neck rolling, all like this in their face, cussing, fussing, loud, being ignorant, being disrespectful, just leading with emotion, that's a confrontation. That ain't settling nothing. It ain't solving nothing. It ain't resolving anything. It's heightening the BS. Now, what inquiring is asking questions. You ask a simple question, then that leads into, if you don't get a clear understanding, you follow up with a probing question to get right down to the bottom of it. Addressing is when you give an example of some behavior and you say, what's going on here? I noticed that. Why is it that every time it's time to go somewhere, you're always running behind? But according to you, you're ready to go. And that's just something simple that I literally just made up to make it clear how simple addressing something can be. If you're watching this and you're in a dating situation and something is not right, and the woman kept saying her gut, her gut, her gut, and she couldn't let it go. If that's you, don't confront this dude. Inquire, address. Say it with me. Inquire, address. That's all you have to do. And if you're afraid to inquire or address, why? Why? Do you think this dude who has red flags, something is simply not right, and if it's not right, that's a red flag. Do you think that he's just going to flip it on you and tell you to F off because you're asking a simple question? And if he would react like that, why are you even dating someone that you think will react like that, or you have seen react like that with others? That's the real question. You're so hard up for a dude, you're just going to pick any dude who got red flags. And if you inquire or address it, he going to fly off the handle and just say, I'm done, and be done with the whole dating scenario? Like, are you for real? Like, what is it going to hurt, ladies? I need an answer. When dating and you have an issue, what is it going to hurt to inquire or address about it? What is it? Address it. What is it going to hurt? What is it going to do? Why are you so afraid? Are you afraid that he's going to be who you thought he was? Are you afraid that he just is trifling like your mama told you he was? Are you afraid that his baby mama actually don't want him and he want her and she wasn't lying when she reached out to you trying to help you out, but you went off on her? Or you let him lie to you when you believed it and he told you to block her because she want him? Like, what is it? It's really a real question that I need answers. Why is it that so many women are willing to tolerate, there's that word, tolerate red flags or potential red flag? And sometimes things might not even be a red flag. Sometimes, what if he was just meeting with his mama at lunch every few days? What if that was the scenario? Just say that was the case. You were smelling perfume on him. You know, you don't wear it. and you know he had been going to work, working out. Let's just say all you did was inquire, and he was like, yeah, I was with my mom. I've been meeting her. She's going through some things, so we've been meeting like every other day for lunch. See how simple that is? The worries are out of your mind. You inquired about it, and then you had a conversation. Problem? No problem, because it's solved. You're into the know. You know what's going on. See? Things can be like that. Why? Because all things that look like red flags may not even be a red flag. However, the things that are in your gut, it's in your gut, you still must address it. So whether it turns out to not be anything fishy, because all dudes ain't out here just dogging women out. They're just not. However, if you feel like something is off, why can't you just address it? It could literally be anything. And it may not even have anything to do with another woman. Maybe it's just some conflict, some headbutting you guys are having in the relationship that has nothing to do with anyone, just between the two of you. You mean to tell me you're not going to address it? You're still not going to address it? You're just going to let all this foolery and all this nonsense that's really bothering you just go on because you're afraid that he might just leave you, which would just be crazy? Y'all see, I just don't get it. I don't get why we think the way we think sometimes, and why we're afraid, so shooketh to address some things. But if it was your homegirl or a stranger in the street, you ready to knuck if you buck, and you ready to fight and confront and ask questions and all this. But when it comes to that dude, you're scared and you're shaking in your boots. I challenge you to not be afraid. I challenge you to actually face your fears. If you're watching this and you're just like, well, I see it as confronting. Even though I just explained to you about inquiring and addressing, you need to face your fears. Because if you can't talk to him 2 weeks in, 3 months, 6 months, a year, and you know you want to be with a partner long term, how in the fudge? Y'all thought I was going to cuss. I ain't going to cuss on here. Not today. How in the fudge are you going to communicate with him years and years on down the line? And when you have kids together, if that's what you choose to do, how is that going to work long term? You just going to leave it bottled up, and then one day your head blow off, and then your head done busted all over the room, and everybody looking like, what the heck happened? Who knew she was harboring all this stuff within, and now her head is blown off, and we never saw it coming? I mean, come on, ladies. We got to do better than that. So if you're ready to inquire and to address versus confront, let me know in the comments, okay? Talk to you later.